Hey guys, what's up? It's your man Pete. And I just thought I would do a quick video here to sort of give you an update on the condo market because we're starting to see some new interesting developments happening in the downtown core again, where there seems to be some condo life again, a little bit of buoyancy, especially sort of in the low end price points, stuff under $600,000. And it's definitely interesting to see because it's starting to happen already. Maybe it's because it's a new year, it's a fresh start, or maybe people who were thinking last year are actually starting to make moves early here in 2021. And so you definitely want to watch this video all the way until the end. Truthfully, you should be watching all of my videos all the way till the end so you can capture all the information and insights that we offer here at Selling Toronto. And it looks and seems like we're either getting a new crop of investors or a new bunch of first-time home buyers who've never purchased before, or people who feel like they missed out the first time around, who are seeing that the opportunity is still there. The properties are cheap, they're still negotiable, and there's a lot of stuff to choose from in the downtown area. And of course, with interest rates sort of where they are, and even talks of them even possibly going lower throughout the year, definitely people are seeing this as an opportunity to try to get in and snatch a property for the first time if they've never had a chance to do so before. And of course, the importance of the economy here in Canada's biggest city, which is Toronto and the GTA area, which of course, like most cities around the world, has suffered because everything has shut down and locked down. But again, it proves time and time again just how important the real estate industry is to the city and to the country and even to the world, where one home purchase triggers and stimulates the economy in so many different ways. So for real estate professionals like us, we get paid from commissions, but then of course a real estate transaction also triggers paying people like lawyers, home inspectors, home appraisers, banks, lenders, and financial institutions, insurance companies, and then of course even designers, contractors, and renovators. And then let's not forget about home furnishings as well too. Plus many more ripple effects, including property taxes for the city. You can never ever understate the importance of real estate, the industry, and the type of economic boost it offers even from just the sale of one property. And so thank God real estate is essential because it is essentially propping up the economy here in Canada and especially in Toronto. But again, like I said, we are starting to see some signs of life here in the condo market in the downtown area, which is obviously a good sign for everybody. And so we'll get a little bit into the numbers in this video right after this. But please be sure you hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and we'll get right into it. Okay, and we're back. And so I thought I would just give you a little bit of insight into what's happening in the market right now, what we're seeing, what we're experiencing in terms of the clients that we're working with. And of course, last year was obviously a very big unknown. Nobody knew what was going on. And so condo inventory kept building up and building up and building up, both from investors and from people who wanted to sell and upsize into something larger. But now that we have a better grasp of the situation, where everyone's masking up and making sure their hands are clean, I guess maybe that could be a reason why people are active and out there looking at properties and buying properties again. Last year for condos, especially for the smaller stuff, the one bedrooms, the 1+10s, or even the studios, they just weren't really moving because a lot of investors were offloading those properties last year with no buyers to catch them. And while this is still sort of the case right now, and so if I do a search now, it still has massive inventory for condos, but it doesn't seem to be as bad, and I'm going to explain a little bit further what I mean by that. And so if we drill down into the C1 region, which is the most important part of the city for condos downtown, and we look under 600K for the properties, and we're looking at primarily one bedrooms, we can see that there's 152 results that come up, which sounds like a lot, but I think there was definitely more last year. And what we decided to look into in terms of that number was how many units were actually sold conditional. So sold conditional doesn't mean that it's a firm deal, that it's actually a done deal and it's going to proceed further. However, most of the cases when it gets to that stage, the deal rarely ever falls apart. And so that is a very good indication in terms of how many properties are actually selling. And so in that C1 zone, which is the most important part of downtown Toronto for condos, we can see that there are 41 in that price range and in that size range that are sold conditional, which represents a 26% sold conditional rate, which is incredibly high compared to how it was before. So basically a quarter of the properties that are listed for sale active in that price criteria are probably going to sell. Okay, so that's interesting. So we looked at the C1 zone. So how about other parts parts of downtown or Midtown. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll move to the other side of Yonge Street, the east side of Yonge Street, which is the C8 zone, which isn't quite as dense of an area as C1 is, but I just sort of wanted to see what the percentage and the ratio was over there as well too. And so in the same price category, we have 67 properties listed for sale. And so if we slice out the properties that are sold conditional, then we have a 25% sold conditional rate in the C8 zone, which again represents a quarter of the properties listed for sale. Okay, so we're starting to see a bit of a pattern here, right? So now why don't we go up the subway line to Midtown and check out the Yonge and Eglinton area, where there are 25 available units for sale, and 7 of those 25 are sold conditional, which represents a 28% sold conditional rate for the C10 Yonge and Eglinton zone, which is actually even better because if you've been following my channel, then you would know that stuff outside of the downtown core was doing just fine actually. It wasn't taking a really big hit. And so there is a slight better sales rate in Midtown, and of course as we even get further outside of the city. And in working for some of our clients in Midtown, we can actually see that some properties are actually getting multiple offers as well too, which could signal that there's actually a shortage of condos again in Midtown. So while again, yes, this is a small sample size and a small subset because we only set a maximum price of $600,000, we can see that things are sort of picking up quite a bit here in the last few weeks of January, where pretty much a quarter of the listed properties, sort of the lower priced ones, are actually selling. And while the certainty of downtown and actually working in offices again is actually still sort of up in the clouds, there is still the opportunity right now to be able to negotiate and get a decent deal for condos downtown. But I should probably say that that window might start to be closing right now already. So of course what we recommend is you always be prudent with your finances. Don't overstretch yourself. Get yourself into a good building, and of course do the best that you can to negotiate and get a good deal. But then at the same time, if it's a good opportunity, you want to pounce on it and close the deal. And remember guys, you don't necessarily have to wait to have 20% down to purchase a property. You can get in at a minimum of 5% or even 10% as long as you're willing to pay the mortgage insurance. And to be honest, in this case here, it might actually make sense for a lot of you to do that, just so you can get in the game, and if the properties start turning and going back up again, then you can start accumulating wealth a whole lot faster, especially at the interest rates that we're seeing right now. You got to take advantage, you got to make a move, and you definitely want to give us a call here at Selling Toronto. We're here to help. So this was a short one, and I hope you guys found it valuable in some way. And what I should say is that we are definitely happy to work with anyone and everyone, all the way from the first-time home buyer who's looking to get into a studio or one-bedroom condo to people who are buying their 10th property as a serious real estate investor or empire builder. We just want to make sure that we're helping people succeed when it comes to buying property and building wealth for themselves long term through the power of real estate. It's what we take tremendous pride on, and we're happy to guide you through the process, whether you're a newbie or a really serious and experienced seasoned pro, so that you can make your purchase or sale with confidence, knowledge, and of course, lots of wisdom and experience here at Selling Toronto. We hope to hear from you soon, and please subscribe, and we'll chat with you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.